Yo, what up? It's your boy, and we back at it. We left off in the beginning of our investigation of finding out who the fuck murdered Sayaka. So, it was me, actually. I did it. It was me. Anyways. I feel like that little bitch, the stumbling bitch, the one that said that she blacks out from seeing blood, she's fucking lying, because she just saw Junko get stabbed 50,000 times with spears, gushing blood, and she seems perfectly fine. So she's clearly lying that she's not okay with blood. So... suspicious? Maybe so. No way! I seriously don't want to die here.
Help me!
I'm begging you! God, Buddha, Mother Earth, God of Space, King Neptune, help me! I don't care who it is, just get me out of here! Hiro doesn't seem prepared to do any kind of investigating right now. Aren't you going to help investigate, Chihiro? Oh, that was me. Oops. Aren't you gonna go help investigate, Chihiro? Chihiro? But I can't leave Junko here. I feel so sorry for her. I have to stay with her. Alright, well, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Someone in here? Nope. First of all, I should head to the scene of the crime, my room. We won't be able to make any progress without investigating there. Was it just going to teleport me there? I headed to my room where Sayaka's corpse still remained. I better examine the state of my room a little closer. It might reveal something new. Sorry. There's a key on the ground. It has my name on it, so this must be my key room, if I remember correctly. Yes, I still get to do her voice. Easiest voice in the game. Good. I'm happy now. I mean, I'm not happy. It's kind of an annoying voice, but whatever. That's right. We'll have to trade keys. Then we switch rooms. We switch keys, too. So Sayaka would have had the key in my room the entire time. But wait, if that's true, then how did the killer get in the room in the first place? Could Sayaka have forgotten to lock the door? No, that seems impossible. The same goes for you. Oh, the same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open the door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you. I absolutely won't. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching? After saying that, there's no way she would have forgotten to lock it or open it for any reason. Well, maybe she dropped the key somewhere and someone else grabbed it or something? No, that's not possible either. Sayaka was in here when we switched rooms. And with how scared she was, she wouldn't have gone walking around. She would have, and so she couldn't have dropped it. So how did the killer switch rooms? Has been added to the truth bullets. Okay. I can't check the garbage can. It's the display stand on the sword was on. Okay, so that's nothing. The notepad is still here, but I don't think that's relevant right now. Okay, what about the tools? Not relevant, probably. The toolkit is still inside the drawer. I don't see evidence that it's been used at all. Which makes sense, I guess. I mean, it's mine, and I wouldn't have had any reason to open it. I can't even imagine a situation where I need to use a toolkit like this.
Yo.
Hey, seriously? Oh, Mondo.
What?
We ain't exactly in the mood to be building a frickin' furniture right now. So, you haven't used yours either? No,
What?
not just me, and nobody's busted theirs out yet, as far as I know. Actually, we were talking about it yesterday.
By the way.
None of the guys have opened their toolkits yet, because, like, why the hell would we need to? Interesting. This is the replica sword I brought back for self-defense. Does this mean it was used in the attack somehow? And plus, it's been taken out of its sheath. I hadn't actually looked at the blade itself until now. I shouldn't have been surprised it's coated in gold too. On top of that, some of the gold coating came off. Oh, came off of parts of the blade and the handle. Yeah, the handle the handle especially is missing a lot of its coating. I remember the coating sticks to you even if you touch it a little bit. Oh, we're gonna have to look at people's hands, buddy. Huh? There's some scratches on the sheath. This must have, they must have been made with something sharp. But how did the sheath get scratched up in the first place? Even if someone used the sword during the struggle, it doesn't make sense for the sheath to be damaged too. I mean, if you're going to attack someone with a sword, the first thing you do is unsheath it. A heavy sheath like this would only get in the way. It could just slide off in the middle of the fight. So, why are there scratches on the sheath? Because she probably used it to defend herself. There's some scratches and gouges on my walls and bed. Is that evidence of a struggle? It looks like there must have been some kind of fight in my room. Damn it! I was right. I was right in the other room. If only I'd heard something. Wait! That would not have been possible. Huh? Oh yeah, because the rooms are soundproof.
Huh.
Don't you remember? All of our rooms are completely soundproof. So something could have happened in the room right next to you, and there's no way you could have known.
Well.
Perhaps. This is another one of Monokuma's strategies, creating an ideal setting for a murder. Oh, I already looked at this. There are scratches and gouges on the bed and wall. Is that evidence of a struggle? Yes, they are. Looks like it must have been some kind of fight in the room. Our rooms are completely soundproof, remember?
Well.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you're just saying the same shit. What do you have to say?
By the way,
you know, I realized something while I was on guard duty. The killer could have already destroyed the evidence, right? Before anyone found the body, I mean. There's a trash room here in the dorms, right? They could have tossed some stuff in there. Yeah, that's definitely possible.
You son of a bitch!
That dirty bastard.
Shit.
Anyone who raises their hand to a woman is scum that deserves death. That's what my brother taught
You're
me.
Fucking dead.
So even if I find that son of a bitch that did it, I'm gonna pound his goddamn face in. But what if it was a girl that did it?
Yo,
that'll all get sorted out when the time comes. Oh shit, the lint roller's moved. I didn't even notice that. Huh? Looks like the lint roller. Looking at the lint roller, it looked like there was way less than there was before. Did Sayaka see how dirty my room was and decide to clean it up a bit? I don't think that's it, buddy. Hey, Koyoko. I quietly called her name while she was investigating the area, but...
What are you doing? Isn't it obvious? No, not really. I'm searching. Searching?
She was down on her knees, carefully inspecting every inch of the room.
Did you lose a contact or something?
I don't know what she's doing exactly, but she seems to be concentrating pretty hard on it. She's on the other side. Okay, come on, game, really? If you're gonna make her look at the area that I was standing in, then put her in that area and put me somewhere else. Don't put her by the bathroom door. But a few seconds later, she suddenly stood up straight and said, "Are you a clean freak?" No, I don't think so. But what? Nodding, she glanced around my room one more time.
I see.
Interesting. What's interesting?
Hey.
Just as I suspected. There's something very unusual about your room. It's fucking spotless, right? Unusual? What do you mean?
So...
I've searched your floor from one corner to another, and I didn't find one single strand of hair. Really?
Indeed.
Not one hair from the victim, not one hair from you, even though you've been living here. You know? Now that you mention it, I noticed something while I was looking around before. It looked like my lint roller in my room had been used, but I've never touched it. Could someone have used it?
I see.
Very interesting. Your room didn't have a single hair in it, and someone used a lint roller without your knowledge. In other words, someone other than you came in your room and scrubbed your room clean. Was it Sayaka or the killer?
Well?
Well, That's the question, isn't it? The bathroom. On the other side of the door. She got Nickelodeon gooed. No, I can't let it get to me. I can't afford to freeze up now. Forcing myself to push my panic down, I stepped into the bathroom. She doesn't have her fucking hair clip in that I gave her, which I'm pretty sure she had in earlier. Looking at it made it painfully clear it wasn't a dream or an illusion. She had lost everything that made her her. Sayaka. All at once I was overcome with dizziness, nausea, and the urge to burst into tears. But I can't hesitate now. Why? Why did Sayaka have to die? I have to uncover the truth. I have to find out what happened. I wanted to give up. I wanted to collapse. But that thought held me up and supported me. The water of the shower gets turned off at nighttime. I looked past Sayaka to the wall behind her. I saw... What the hell? What does it say? Leon? Oh, 11037. But it could be L-E-O and then a shitty N, which it looks like. Yeah, it was Leon. Written in blood with the numbers 11037. Does Sayaka do this? It's Leon. Nope, did not mean to click that again. I told myself I simply couldn't face what I saw, but now's not the time to think about that. I pulled out the Monokuma file to verify what it said about her body. Some sort of sharp object had been thrust into her stomach. That must have been the killing blow. But whatever they used to kill her, where did they get it? That's definitely something I should look into later. Also, according to Monokuma's file, Sayaka's right wrist is broken. Ah, it's got some gold on it. Her wrist doesn't look swollen and bloody. Or, her wrist does look swollen and bloody. That's for sure. But there's something sort of glittery on there, on her wrist too. Right! Right there, where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery. That definitely concerns me. Another thing that concerns me is there's some blood on her left index finger, but that's it. The palms of both her hands are totally spotless. So how come only her left finger? Sayaka's wrists. The stab wound in her stomach is what killed her. So when she broke her wrist, sorry, that must have happened earlier on. I mean, how could her wrist get broken after she'd been killed already? So it's very possible she broke her wrist during the struggle. The killer attacked Sayaka in the main room, which is when she broke her wrist. After that, the killer cornered her in the bathroom, where they inflicted the deadly wound. I don't think there's anything else I can look in here. I wish she'd noticed that she's not wearing her hair clip, but... Okay, yep.
It would seem...
It looks like you found it, right, Makoto? The bloody numbers. That's most likely Sakura's dying message. I've never seen something written in blood before. It really was her final message. It's as if she wrote it with life itself.
Right.
Do you often talk like an expiring poet? But the numbers she wrote, what do they mean? 11037. I have no idea what that could possibly mean.
So...
The way the numbers were written, the way she wrote the numbers, makes me think she wanted to use her body to block them. If she wrote them in that location while she was sitting there the way wow. If she wrote them in that location while she was sitting the way we found her, it means she must have written them turned only wait, oh my god. I can't read. It means she must have wrote them by turning only her hand towards the wall. If you were to write something in that position, do you know what results would be? The results, well, you're not going to tell me.
Makoto.
You need to uncover the mystery of this case yourself. Otherwise, the case will end and you'll remain unconvinced. I have no idea what you're trying to say, but it's obvious you're not going to tell me. It says Leon. No, that'd be... Well, if you flip it... I don't know. Whatever. I feel like it says Leon, but maybe that's just too obvious. I'm just going through stuff without reading it. But honestly, I have no idea. Oh, I know who I should talk to. When it comes to numbers, who better to ask than the ultimate programmer? There's one other thing I wanted to talk to you about. Do you know how the door in your bathroom got broken? Broken? Oh, you mean how it gets stuck?
What?
Gets stuck? Yeah, I guess I'm the only one, but the door doesn't fit the frame quite right. When I first tried to use it, I thought it was locked, but once you learn the trick, it opens no problem. Bathroom door frame.
Correct.
So the bathroom doesn't quite fit the frame, huh? But actually, I'm referring to the broken doorknob. The broken doorknob?
That's right.
You didn't notice? Well, just try closing the bathroom door. I'm sure you'll see right away what I'm talking about. I did what Kyoko said and shut the bathroom door. Oh shit. The doorknob. What the heck? The doorknob's practically about to fall off. Why is it like this?
It would seem...
Someone must have used a screwdriver or something similar to unscrew it. Whatever it was, it's obvious this was intentional. What? It was intentional? Why would someone want to do that?
So...
I guess maybe they were trying to get the door unlocked and ended up breaking the whole thing. But my bathroom doesn't have a lock on it. Only the girls' bathroom can lock, right? She stood there for a while, lost in thought. Then, apparently, struck with sudden realization, she shot a question at me. I have a question. I just have one more question for you. You mentioned earlier that your bathroom door gets stuck, right? Did you tell anyone about that? Oh, well, I did tell Sayaka about it last night when we switched rooms. So, what you're saying is only you and Sayaka knew about it. Interesting. She had the slightest hint of a smirk on her face. I got the sense that she was really starting to get into all this.
I see.
Then that clears that up. Huh? What clears what up? I'm so lost.
Goodbye.
Well, see you later. Come on, Makoto. Clearly the person thought the door was locked for some reason, so they used a screwdriver to get it open. And then Mondo just said that none of the guys have opened up their toolkits because why would they need to? So the killer's a dude. Leon's the killer. I already solved it. Can we get on with it? As if I've forgotten I was ever even there. As if forgotten I was ever even there, she suddenly turned and left the room. The doorknob. I still don't really understand any of this, but I've already given my room a good once over. Maybe I should look around somewhere else. I should start looking into where the murder weapon might have come from, and I should look into the DVD Sayaka got. With Sayaka dead, I have no choice but to see for myself what was in that video. And on top of that, I'm sure there are some other areas worth checking out too. Maybe I should see what everyone else thinks. If they're even going to talk to me, that is. Is there a garbage room? Where's the trash room? I don't know. Is this the trash room? I don't think so. This is laundry room. Oh, shit. It has nothing to do with what's going on right now. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, good thing I looked. What's the vending machine? That vending machine's still there. Still doesn't have any way of helping solve the case earlier. It's a washing machine. It's a washing machine. Well, hey, I found 4 fucking coins from that, so that's good. Leon, why did you kill her? Why'd you do it, Leon? Huh?
Seems like...
Something just doesn't seem right. The Monokuma file says Sayaka was killed in your room. I just can't stop thinking about it. Could it be the nameplate? Huh? This is Sayaka's room, right? But the nameplate has my name on it. Oh, shit. The nameplates on the rooms, on my room and Sayaka's room were switched. So all of that effort to put into switching rooms without anyone knowing was totally pointless. But why would anyone do this? So this is my room, right? Yeah, okay. You have anything more to say?
Seems like...
Okay, no. What about you? This is very strange. Mr. Nigi, what was Miss Miyazono doing in your room? Let me just say this.
Most suspicious.
Absolutely. I absolutely will not allow you to dispose of any evidence in the trash room. Do you really think I'm guilty? Where's the trash room? Oh, it's right there. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go there in a second.
Very strange.
So, why was Sayaka in your room when she was killed? Could it be because you are the culprit? No, you've got it all wrong. Sayaka and I switched rooms last night. He didn't even try to hide the suspicion on his face. Even if you wanted to say that, even if what you say is the absolute truth, you're still responsible for her death, wouldn't you say? Huh? After all, she wouldn't have died if you hadn't switched rooms with you, right? The reason Sayaka was killed is because I suggested we switch rooms. She's dead because of me. Then it should have been me that died. Well, all we can say right now is that it's a possibility. If that's really true, then I was the target. Well, no, someone wanted to kill Sayaka, but then they wanted me to take the blame for it, or to actually get killed. I don't know, man. I'm really confused right now. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, Sayaka. I need to borrow this DVD. Alright, so I actually took it, right? Okay. Aha, not nothing. There's a latch at the floor. The door won't budge. It must be locked. It looks like some kind of switch. I wonder what it does. Where was that coin? Can I press the switch? I guess not. There's a sturdy gate here. There's no way to get past it.
Monokuma appears!
It's the end of the line! The trash room. This is where all the trash in that school eventually winds up. How do you get past this gate?
No, you can't go any further!
No entry beyond this point? No entry beyond this point. Only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in. Cleaning duty?
No, you can't go any further!
Who's on cleaning duty?
No, you can't go any further!
This is stupid. It'd be faster to just go around and ask the others.
No, you...
Ooh, shit. Let me guess. A Leon, perhaps? Nope, nope, nope.
Monokuma up... No.
Okay, yep, I get it. Let's leave. Hey, do you know who's on cleaning duty? I'm looking for whoever's on cleaning duty. Cleaning? Cleaning duty. As a matter of fact, that's me. Why do you ask? It just so happens Monokuma talked to me yesterday. Oh, sorry, it's him. No, it's just so happens Monokuma talked to me the other day. Talked to me yesterday and asked me to take care of it. Without someone on cleaning duty, this school would have flooded with trash in no time. So I formally applied for the position. I was gonna start this morning, but after what happened, I haven't had a chance to get started. And since you're on cleaning duty, you can open the gate.
Here we go.
Of course, it's part of my job. It's part of my job to gather up all the garbage and toss it in the trash room. I feel like I'm still talking like Monokuma a little bit. And to do that, they gave me a key for the trash room. But we're supposed to rotate once a week, so eventually you'll be in charge.
Very strange.
Wait, hold on. You need a key to get into the trash room, and only the person on cleaning duty has access to the key. What's the point of going through all that trouble? Why not just leave the trash room open all the time so we can all throw things away whenever we want? It doesn't matter. It does seem more convenient.
So in other words,
Actually, anyone who kills a fellow student unless they are discovered.
so that's it.
That must be why. If anyone could go in and out of the trash room whenever they wanted, then destroying evidence would be easy. The thrill would despair. And things would become boring. Boring?
Hey, listen.
Hey, anyway, what more important than
Hey,
that?
you bastard.
Hey, fatty. Why'd you want to go on cleaning? Why'd you want the cleaning duty gig anyway? I just decided to volunteer for something. Sorry. I just decided to volunteer for something I knew no one else would want to do. What's the big deal?
You...
A liar. I know why you did
Is
it.
it, like-
You want to dig through all the girls' trash, looking for, and poking around it.
There's no way to think about this in a common sense kind of way.
There's, what are you talking about? All my love is for 2D.
You know what I mean.
But there are all kinds of trash diggers like that. Maybe you'll get tired of 2D and then turn to it.
Completely unforgivable.
I would never get tired of 2D. After spending a significant amount of time comparing 2D to 3D, I voluntarily choose 2D. The only thing 3D is good for is shower love and affection on 2D. Oh, and PVC figures.
Give me a break.
How are you not totally embarrassed to say stuff like that? If you're worried about Hifamin's questionable morality, there's an easy solution. Whenever a guy has cleaning duty, Sakura can accompany them from picking up trash to dispose of. What?
What?
If you're as innocent as you claim, what's the harm in it? That's not how it's supposed to be. Anyway, On to another topic. Fume, since you're on cleaning duty, I have a favor to ask you.
What is it? What? So now you suddenly want to join my party? Sorry, but you'll have to. But you haven't triggered the flag yet. I mean, you haven't helped me recover from the past trauma, or save villages, or beat a boss.
No, it has nothing like that. I was just hoping to get into the trash room and look around.
Oh, okay.
So easy. So Hifume and I headed down to the trash room.
Would you like me to open the gate? Wouldn't you? But you know, when I look at it, it makes me think. They said he killed his wife. He learned how to get by on the inside. But he never stopped dreaming. He got busy living and busy dying, he said. So him and Rita, they found themselves a way out.
Whatever, please just hurry up.
Okie dokie. Let me just leave this to me.
Fume pulled the key out of his pocket and then...
Mr. Naegi!
However, Mr. Naegi, surely you aren't planning to use the trash room to destroy evidence. You fiend. You planned this all along.
No, I just want to make sure that... I just wanted to see if the actual killer has tried to destroy evidence or not.
But the actual killer is you, isn't it? You want to see if you left anything behind. What? Maybe a parallel world.
Whatever. Let's just hurry up and keep looking around. Yeah, right? Shut up, dude. What's this? There's shards of broken glass around the front of the incinerator. It looks like a glass ball. Maybe just something big enough to fit in the palm of your hand.
Is this perhaps...
What is this?
You don't know? Do you know what this is?
They say if you collect all 7, a dragon will appear and grant you a single wish. Kidding aside, it's the kind of thing you might see it on a big city street corner. Gaze into it, and it will show you a glimpse of the future. Just like the many girl who was on a quest to find that one guy.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say. But who did the particular ball belong to? There's only one person it could be. They still got to be in the gym. I better go and find out for sure. There's something on the ground in front of the incinerator. Looks like a burnt piece of something. It's a shirt.
A burnt piece. Like a hunk of burning love.
Anyway, this is... It looks like a piece of cloth. It's part of a sleeve from a button-up shirt. And now that I look at it, there's definitely blood on the cuff, which means this is all that's left of some evidence that the killer destroyed. But there are lots of people here with white button-up shirts. This isn't enough to figure out who's the killer alone. Burnt shirt. This is the incinerator. It's way back. It's way in the back part of the trash room. It's a good 30 feet from here to the gate, and it's on right now.
Do you see that green and yellow button next to the mouth of the incinerator?
Yes, indeed.
It's pretty simple setup. You press the green button to get it going, and the yellow button to turn it off. Sooner or later, you'll be on cleaning duty, so make sure you learn this before you leave, okay? Someone turned on the incinerator. Very strange.
Yeah, they threw the crystal ball at the button to turn on the incinerator, so they probably threw their shirt. Their shirt was hanging out a bit, and they were like, alright, well, we gotta do what we gotta do.
Very strange.
I'm quite certain it was off the last time I was down here.
Was it a
Perhaps
fairy?
it was the work of a fairy.
Hifume, do you realize what you just said?
Huh? The fairy? No,
No. What you just said last time you were here. The incinerator was off.
Yes. About that, there can be no mistake. If I've got one thing going for me, it's my memory.
I feel as if...
Yesterday, as soon as I was appointed, I came down to check the place out. It definitely wasn't on then. I haven't been back to the trash room since then. And since I'm the only one who has the key to open the gate,
Most suspicious.
it should be impossible for the incinerator to be on.
So that means someone was able to turn on the switch in the incinerator without going through the gate. But how is that possible? I already figured it out, bro. They threw the ball at the...
This whole thing is quite strange indeed. When I was last here, the incinerator was off. And those glass shards and burnt clothes weren't there.
Completely unforgivable.
What does it all mean, Mr. Negi? Will you be confessing soon?
Why me?
That's it. I'm
Everyone
sure
here
of
knows you did it. And the mysteries are being solved one by one.
It sounds like he's living out one of his comic book fantasies. The green button turns it on, the yellow button turns it off. Or so it seems, anyway. That's a huge trash can. Is this where we're supposed to put whatever trash we can't burn? Whatever. Well, whatever it is. It doesn't look like it's hiding any clues.
Mr. Negi, you seem a little down.
Huh? Really?
If you need help lifting your spirits, call on me anytime.
Come on, come
I've got all
on.
kinds of smut or stuff that might help cheer you up.
Okay. Hina, are you investigating the dining hall? Oh, no, I'm just taking a break. Actually, I've been taking a break since we started. This is all a first for me, you know? I don't have the first clue what I should be doing. I know what you mean. I don't know why, but being in the dining hall helps keep me calm. So, I know I shouldn't, but I've just been kind of hanging out around here. To tell you the truth, I was doing the same thing last night when Sayaka was murdered. Huh? Excuse me? Yep. There's all kinds of kitchen knives here, too big to small, but it looks like one of them is missing. Was it missing from the very beginning, or... I'd better see if anyone here knows more about it. There's a bunch of fruits and vegetables. There's a bunch of vegetables all piled up. I don't see anything noteworthy about it anyway. Finding coins, gonna get some good shit. Hey, so did you notice that one of the kitchen knives is missing from the dining hall?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, totally. Weird, huh? I thought it was kind of strange. A knife just suddenly disappearing like that. So it wasn't missing from the beginning?
That's right.
Nope. Last I remember, it was all lined up in nice and neat row. Nice, neat row. So, when did you notice one of them had disappeared? Well, I went to get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back to the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah. In other words, you were right there in the dining hall when someone came in and took it. Then you should be able to say for sure. You could tell everyone I didn't come to the dining hall last night, which proves I didn't take it. Hey, by the way, did you really kill Sayaka? What? Of course not. I would never. Hina, do you really think I'm a murderer?
I mean...
I'd murder her? Well, she was killed in your room, right? So, I mean, you guys were supposed to be friends, right? But you still killed her? On the other hand, two people becoming good friends, then one killing the other is a classic drama setup. So when you consider everything together, I honestly have no idea. But you just said you could account that I didn't take the knife, so how could it be me?
Listen to me!
Do you have a second, Makoto? I've uncovered something most unusual. The door to everyone's dorm has a nameplate on it to show whose room it is, right? Well, it just so happens. Wait, no. You might be the killer yourself. I can't tell you anything. Forget everything I just said. Forget it. Forget Beam. Sorry, just a little joke. Even I do jokes sometimes. Ha ha ha. Probably not a good time to get gifts, but why not? I'm not busy. I got a book. Did I just... What? Oh, did I get something else? Hey! Oh shit. Yeah, I should probably get going. It's not like I have a murder to solve or anything. So, do you have any clues or anything? What kind of clues? Let's just agree we don't know who the culprit is and leave it at that. Whatever secrets I may have, I do not intend to reveal anything until the class trial. Okay then, do you have any suggestion for where I should start looking? Well, so annoying. You must fumble around, fishing blindly for clues? I suppose it wouldn't hurt to give you a little hint. The scene of the crime, naturally, but I think the trash room is also worth looking into. The trash room? It's the perfect place to destroy evidence. However, there is one little problem, which is...
As for me...
The place is filthy. I'd rather die than set foot in there. I'm trusting all of you to conduct a thorough investigation on my behalf. That's... trying to remember. I think the gym... Yeah, okay. Oh wait, AV room. I can look at the video. I should be able to use this to see what was on the DVD. The DVD that Sayaka threw in the garbage. I sat down in front of the screens and pushed the DVD into the player. I pushed play and the screen went dark for a few seconds, but then an image slowly appeared. It looked like some kind of concert. And standing on stage, front and center, was the face I recognized all too well. Sayaka. She was there, along with her friends. She had been she said had been so important to her. She was positively glowing there in front of the crowd, so full of life. Seeing that image made it harder to accept that she was dead. My vision started to blur and darken, and then the voice that came to despise, the voice I'd come to despise so much began to float out of the speakers.
Sayaka Maizono, the ultimate pop sensation, lead singer for a world-famous all-girl pop band. For these girls, the glowing spotlight only made them that much more beautiful. But then...
Suddenly, the screen went dark, and in the next moment, I saw something I could hardly believe. What the? Sayaka had disappeared from the stage, which was now in ruins. But what had happened even more than that, what I noticed even more than that, was the figures of the girls who had all, was the figures of all of the other girls who had all simply collapsed.
This ultra-successful team suddenly fell apart. None of them will ever perform on stage again. None of them will ever feel the warmth of the spotlight. For Sayaka, there's simply nowhere for her to return to. So here's the billion-dollar question. What, oh what, could have caused the group to go to pieces?
Look for the answer after graduation. Without a warning, the video cut off. What the hell? Was that real? That wasn't real, right? They're a super famous pop group. Everyone knows who they are. Is he trying to say he was even able to get to them? If that really did happen, everyone in the outside world must be going crazy. What kind of person would take things this far? Yep, that would make it reasonable why she reacted like that. Hey, Chihiro. I was hoping I could ask you something. Huh? What is it? Before she died, Sayaka left a message. She wrote out the numbers 11037. Do you have any idea what those numbers might mean? Could they be a code or something? Sorry, no. Chihiro slowly shook her head.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I just don't know. Okay, well, don't worry about it. Thanks anyways for trying. Even she didn't know. Or could she maybe know more than she's letting on? No, couldn't be. Hey, Hiro, can I ask you something? No. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here now. I've had enough. I gotta break free. Hiro, snap out of it. Oh, Makoto, what are you doing here? What? Hey, does this look familiar? Huh? That's my crystal ball! But it's all smashed. What the hell?
What the heck?
I only brought it because the guy said it was blessed. He said it was unbreakable. So how did it break? What? Was it actually just made out of glass? Not crystal? Did that guy totally dupe me? He said it belonged to the pillars of history, Genghis Khan, George Washington, Napoleon. He said whoever controlled that crystal ball controlled the world. Was that seriously all BS? let's put that aside for now. So, you can say without a doubt that this belonged to you? Yeah, that's mine for sure. I probably forgot in the laundry room last night. Must have someone must have come by and snatched it. You left it in the laundry room? That means anyone could have found it and taken it. Thanks, Hero. That's all I wanted to know. Sure. By the way, I'm almost ready to ask, but how much did you pay for that thing? Everything I've been saving up for fortune telling for 2 years came out to be like $1 million. $1 million? That's pretty cheap, actually. I mean, considering it gives you the power to control the world. That's just too stupid. I can't even feel bad for him. Oh, apparently I got all the information I needed.
I'm getting tired of waiting. What say we just get started, It's time for the long-awaited class trial! Now then, allow me to appoint a proper location for the proceedings. Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
The red door on the first floor. That's where I should go. No, that's where I have to go.
Yo!
You're late! Makoto! We've all been waiting for you! I bet you were afraid you wouldn't be able to discover the murder, are you?
Listen to me!
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. There we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crimes. So, they really are convinced I did it, but I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. But then, who is the killer? The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us? Yes. For the billionth time.
Is everyone here? Okay, then. Please board the elevator in front of you, where all your fates will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
Got it!
Relax. I haven't decided 100% that you're the culprit just yet. Maybe, but you're obviously leaning that way. Let's get started. Oh, look at that killer back there.
You know what I mean.
Well, I did my job. I'm counting on the rest of you from here on out. Yeah, your job by killing her. I guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator.
Well then.
Let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, good idea.
Hey,
Hey, are you scared? No. Scared isn't quite right.
Makoto.
I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me what to do. In Sayaka's honor, I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. I raise my voice to try to give myself courage. I turn, trembling with anticipation, towards the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else already on the elevator when I finally stepped on. The doors closed and the elevator started moving. The steel box descended with heavy clunking sounds towards the school's basement. I wonder if this is somehow a death row in. Oh wait, sorry. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes. Rather than that, it is not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment. Obviously, to our shared mixed anxiety. Why am I adding words? Obviously, to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. You finally arrived! Ta-da! What do you think? Doesn't it feel just like a real courtroom?
It's like a Hollywood movie set, right?
Shit.
Not even close. It's total shit.
Well now.
Okay. Everyone find your assigned seats and sit down.
Yahoo!
Hurry up now, hurry up!
We did what he said and found our seats. The seats were arranged in a gigantic circle. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else, which also meant it'd be easy for anyone to transfer their tension and unease onto anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. It looks like they're standing. And so, the curtain on our first case opened. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle. A deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Okay, we get it. Can we move on? I get it. Okay, it's interesting. Fuck me, man. Alright, let's just make sure we know all this. Estimated time of death is around 1:30. The body was discovered in my room. Death took place in the bathroom. The stab wound was to the abdomen, and her right wrist appeared to be fractured. There's evidence of a struggle. I think I got this. Class trial, all rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course!
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
Friendship penetrates? Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started. First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives here are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yes. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these debates, characters will speak one after another without pause. It's up to you to unearth the lies or contradictions buried within their statements. What this means is you'll have to use your truth bullets or refute what they say. Any truth bullet you found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder.
Use the left stick and aim, then fire with the Y button. Pay close attention to each character's statements and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you'll automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the start button during the arguments, you can view the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Oh, fuck me, dude. Now I'm nervous. Okay.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono!
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom.
So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I was right. Because if Sayaka hadn't resisted at all, there'd be no explanation for what I found happened to my room. This is the first debate. We'd like to take a quick sidebar. If you're unable to spot or refute someone's lies or contradictions, the argument will repeat. Within a group of statements, some of the words appear in a different color. Did you happen to notice that? That represents the potential hole in a person's statement, a possible weak spot. These weak spots reveal important, though not always inaccurate, sections of a person's statement. Your truth bullets are only effective against those weak spots. So when you see one come up, take aim and fire, but only if you're sure it's actually wrong. You can always fast forward an argument by holding down the B button. Well then, good luck and have fun.
I assert that the one who was murdered was...
Yeah, we know that.
And the murder took place in
the bathroom. So it seems the killer must have taken her by surprise.
She didn't even have a chance to resist.
No, that's wrong.
Objection! Sorry.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying
Yeah, you dumb bitch.
Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
She must have been attacked in the main room first.
I just realized that their voices are so fucking loud that when I'm talking, you probably can't hear me, so I'm gonna turn it down. And then she ran into the bathroom to try and
The
hide.
killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow.
Wow.
This sounds like a real trial.
This is actually really good that I can listen to their actual voices to get a better understanding of how they actually sound. We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. Well, it was the fucking knife. That's literally in her stomach. What do you mean we need to figure out what killed her?
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him. How could anyone do something like that?
Did I miss?
So what was used to...
There was some kind of
Without a doubt, that...
So the killer used some random knife.
No, that's wrong.
Objection!
No. I do think it was a knife.
No,
but
I
not
do
just
think it
any
was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost
positive
positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh?
Huh?
Kitchen
A
knife?
kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach.
Yeah, you guys fucking
And if you
stupid?
look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
She knows it wasn't me.
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not gonna change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
She's right. There's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere, just waiting for us to find it. But I know damn well I'm not the killer. There's a bit more to learn during the non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Sure. You can concentrate by holding down the RB button. Oops. While you're concentrating, time will slow down so you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, it'll steady your aim and make it easier to target potential weak points. Concentrating like this consumes the focus gauge, and if the gauge empties, you can't concentrate, but the focus gauge will recover over time, so let your brain take a rest. No need to rush. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? You did it in secret when nobody was in the dining hall.
No, that's wrong.
Objection!
Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, when I went to get some tea from the kitchen last night, all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. But I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together, and lying to protect each other?
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't know about the rule?
Ugh, good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case! Oops, did I say that out loud?
Oh shit, okay.
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife, so I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that? I can.
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms.
But it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room, so I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's...
But I'm a girl.
Yeah.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Leon.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Oh, Junko. Someone who's not here? Are you talking about...
Monica. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Oh, shit. Didn't see that one coming. Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was Sayaka?
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
See? He did do it after all.
She's way too,
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction?
Damn it. If I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. They don't understand. If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
As things advance in the trial, the hangman's gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident of the crime. You'll have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around, and the letters already known. Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters. Are you fucking kidding? I have to spell words? Oh, fuck me. Oh, fuck me. Something that should have been at the scene, but wasn't. There must be a crucial point. If I could just figure out what that something is. Oh, fuck me. Hair.
Now I understand. That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there.
Then why would I leave her dead body in my
Makes
room?
sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Ha ha ha! Yes, very true, very true!
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
The killer struggled to get into the bathroom, and the evidence proves that is the killer broke the handle.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then, let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kayoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but it is the key point here. Or what is the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. You want to hear it? Yeah, why not? Might as well learn everything. From here on out, a number of weak spots will start going up. But no matter how many weak spots there are, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in the debate. But it's important to say what I'm trying to say is not all weaknesses you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you also lose trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is important because if your influence gauge you fail, you'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually false. Yep, good luck. All right.
The incident took place in Makoto's room.
Yep.
Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
Correct.
She then fled into the bathroom.
Correct.
Then the killer ran after her.
Yep.
And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door, because Sayaka had locked it.
And finally, the culprit had Sayaka cornered.
To finish the job,
It was you! We already know the answer. The incident took place. Sayaka was first, she then fled into the...
Then the killer ran, and they got into the back.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down, because Sayaka had locked it.
No, that's wrong. The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with walking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yep, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door, that's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place?
Because the nameplates were
Everyone
changed.
should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake. thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
The killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked, so they didn't know the door actually couldn't be locked. In other words, it's important detail. Yep.
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door open.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
Yeah, bitch. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, then, why don't we just vote right now?
But majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Why did you switch rooms?
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine.
Oh yeah. Okay, so...
Oh shit. Fuck.
How did the killer get inside?
Okay, so she asked how did the killer get inside the room.
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
But they're not pickable.
Negative. If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place. Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. That's the right answer. There's no way Sayaka let someone in because... Fuck.
I got it!
Oh fuck, that's not what I wanted to do.
Because Sayaka was already scared, remember?
Oh shit, I guess
That's
I
why
clicked
she
right.
asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
I didn't mean to hit Y, I meant to hit X. That goes the same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open the door for anyone. Even if it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two in 5 minutes. Come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't go into the wrong room,
I found a
okay?
notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appear.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But...
Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Then that note, Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very
Yes.
well then. Pay attention. Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
No. Yeah.
So in other words, even if someone did read the note,
and they would not have any...
It certainly would seem that way.
Sayaka and Makoto got in the note. It specifically... I see. Then they would have gone exactly.
The room that...
No, that's wrong. The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right. Okay, then who did it?
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was...
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk to you about, just the two of us. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong
She
one,
specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was, whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
And how the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen, there's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
So my question is, can you go into one of these trials without all the clues? Or they actually give you enough time to find all the clues, and then you just have to be smart enough to put it all together? Because if that's the case, I feel like I'll have no problem solving these, unless they're really fucking hard later on, which could be the case. But maybe it's also depending on the level of difficulty. So if you choose really hard, they don't give you enough time to find all the clues. So no matter what you do, you fail. I don't really know. What happened in my room, and what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about. Okay. Are you getting used to these non-stop debates? Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your cylinder. But just like with the weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute a statement. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage. Okay. You can press the L button to rotate the cylinder to choose which bullet to fire. Press and release the L button to cycle through each bullet. Or you can hold down and specifically choose. Okay. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into this cylinder. For our purpose this time, the logical difficulty will be set to mean. Well then, good luck. Oh. Okay, so you just get... Wait, that doesn't... Okay.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack!
And that's what broke Miss Maizono's wrist.
So, she grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away, but then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her.
And that's exactly what happened.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack!
No, that's wrong. Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead! Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it! So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere.
I think she tried to kill someone, and then
And
they
took
defended
the
and
knife
took the
attacked
knife.
Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword...
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Her hands.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Sorry, I have to use the bathroom. I really gotta stop peeing all over the place and pissing on my hands and not washing them afterwards. Probably not a good idea. Anyways, back to the game.
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is
Because
it
the water...
because you think I'm ugly?
Because there's no running water after clocks are out, or lights are out.
No, that's not it at all. I got it! According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Gross.
Oh my.
You're no different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
Wow.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
An insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
Sayaka.
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
And the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Yep, she wanted to kill someone.
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct?
she was gonna set me up.
Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room, where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out, while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true! Because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument! You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously no one committed... Obviously I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
No, that's wrong. There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining? Wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the
Leon
hidden in there.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
That's a good point.
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Guys, I feel like anyone could see that. It's clearly Leon.
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but... Looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa, You might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N037, doesn't make any more sense
Well,
than
don't look at
before.
them as numbers, you fucking dumb pieces of shit. I know.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Rotate it? I think maybe I see something.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
So, whose name did she write?
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N, or more accurately, Leon.
What? What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, I think so.
The burnt remains of the button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it we need to pay attention to in order to figure out how...
I got it! If you look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You'd need the key to get in. And the one with the key was... So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
No, that's wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. And that's exactly what proves that Leon is the killer.
The key to the trash room... Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy the...
No, that's wrong. Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
And he's the baseball player, so he's able to fucking throw things really good. Boom.
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but...
But how would you use it?
I got it! The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Huh, someone turned on the incinerator. Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they'd gotten the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right. There's no difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is... I got it! Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer! These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered, and the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
Closing argument is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Sure, why not? Every case has one element to bring the class trial to an end. This is the closing argument. In this phase, you will give a complete summary of the case. You'll have to reproduce the flow of events for the case in the form of a comic book. However, you'll notice that in the comic book there are a number of pieces missing. It's up to you to complete the comic book using the truth panels. Also, if you aim at a missing section and press A, holy cow, you'll get a hint that might lead to a breakthrough. How do I... I feel like I'm missing something.
Here's exactly what happened. I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier. But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. The killer is you! During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate. So they came up with a plan to use Hero's crystal ball. which he'd left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot, and that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Isn't that right, Leon? It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence? Without evidence, it's all bullshit! It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it!
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence?
I have the evidence? Your first bullet time battle is about to begin. Oh, fuck me. What the fuck? Sometimes during class trials, your opponent simply won't want to hear what you have to say. When this happens, you'll engage in a head-to-head battle. We refer to this as bullet time battle, aka BTB, by BTW. During the BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's statements in time with the rhythm. Oh, fuck me, a rhythm game? I got no rhythm. Match your button press with each tempo marker as they move across the screen and reach the center. Oh, so you just... Okay. A button to lock onto an... Press A to lock onto an opponent's statement. Destroy that statement you have locked on with... What the fuck? Use the method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can't pull it off, you'll be the one in pain. I don't understand. Do this consecutively and you'll start up a combo. Keep going until you initiate a tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep missing, you will get a tempo down situation. When the tempo changes, so does the timing for hitting each button, so watch out for that. Oh, fuck me. Deal enough damage to your opponent and their weak spot statement will appear. At this point, you can press Y and shoot it down with a true bullet like any other statement. Refute their statement fast enough and you will come out victorious. But like before, if your influence gauge reaches 0, you'll run out of time and you'll fail. Well then, good luck and have fun. Great.
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
I refuse to acknowledge you! Stupid, 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 stupid!
I have to show indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. Oh, fuck me, dude. I don't really understand what I'm supposed to...
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Stop talking! Shut up! Here's your proof! You kidding me? Not a chance! You lie! Shut up! Here's your proof! You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid!
I don't know what I'm supposed to... I'm so confused at what I'm supposed to do here. I fucked up. How am I supposed to hit A all the time? Okay.
Is it...
Yeah, I want to give it another
I
shot.
refuse to give up yet.
I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, because I clearly don't get it. Oh, I think I get it. So it's A and Y. I think I get it. Okay. I think I get it.
When the kill instead.
I refuse.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Stop talking! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! You lie! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! Where's your proof?
This should prove it.
Okay, I kind of get it.
The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
And that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid! Huh?
And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid. Stupid.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
Okay, I'll take it.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice? What's it gonna be? What's it
sorry.
gonna be?
Looks like you got it right on the money. The Blackened in this case is the one that killed Sayaka. It was no one other than Leon Kuwata.
Huh?
Huh?
Hey, hold on.
Hold on a second. Leon, did you really kill Sayaka? I don't believe it.
You son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. What the hell is wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
It was killed or be killed.
So
that's why I killed her first.
None of you are any different.
One wrong step and you'd be the one standing here. It was complete chance I wound up like
I
this.
was just unlucky. That's all. Hey, come on!
You expect me to just accept my death? Everything's become clear. It was the decision we made was right after all. But when I think about it, honestly, I'd be better off if we were wrong. Because if we came up because if what we came up with really is the truth, then that truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind, it was all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw there. If I was her, and that video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Now that we're trapped here with no way out, they're probably waiting for me.
Why?
I can't afford to be stuck in here. The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends. To have to see something like that happen to them, and Sayaka. I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean, even some things that weren't so pleasant. And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant that much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
she was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's it. Boy, howdy! The entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships? She seems so nice and lovey on the outside, but inside, she descended into pure madness. What did you say? I understand, I really do. Yep. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love, the stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair they collapse. Stop screwing with us. This is all your fault. Sayaka being forced to do something like that, all of it, everything. It's all your fault. Suddenly in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokumo, but
That's enough.
as angry as I was, Kyoko lashed out an arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough, I'm sure it would have, strong enough that I was sure it would leave a bruise. If you really want to make her enemy pay for what they've done, you need to let it go. Damn it! Aha! That was a close one. I thought for sure you were gonna give me a good walloping. Just barely avoiding punishment, you did.
Yes, indeed.
Now then, since you so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the Blackened, Leon Kuwata, would receive his punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution? Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her.
Yeah, that's it.
I was just protecting myself. In the heat of the moment, it was self-defense. How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. Then, you came back, all the way back, broke into the bathroom and killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
Do you You had a number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. It is not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder. Is it not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder?
That's why...
No, that's not... Stop it. I've had enough of this. Oh, are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? He killed your precious Sayaka, do you understand? I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course, I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either, because the one to blame is him.
What?
If it weren't for you, this would never have happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We shouldn't be fighting against the one who put. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation, the mastermind.
Unbelievable.
Uh-oh. Did you awaken to your sense of justice?
Hey,
Well, it just so happens there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetrate war all over the world. If that's the kind of justice that awakened within you, just shut up. Okay. Well, anyway, more importantly,
chills,
let's hurry up and get what everyone's been waiting for, the punishment.
I'm begging you, please, don't do this.
Hey,
No,
come on now.
no more begging, no more excuses. You must pay for the penalty of breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop, please.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
I've prepared a very special punishment for Leon Kawada, the ultimate baseball star.
No.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
No.
Jesus Christ, just get on with it. Well, I feel like he's gonna get like Yep, he's gonna like get pelted by a bunch of baseballs or something. Yep. It's okay to show on YouTube. Wow, and they really all have to watch. I fucking called it. It was Leon. What we saw, that was the true face of despair. I mean, I can't even call it that. What else could we call it?
Extreme!
Man, my adrenaline is pumping right out of control. What's going on?
I can't take it.
I can't take this anymore. Do we really have to keep doing this? I just can't take it.
Well?
Hey, well, if you don't like it, all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. But that's only if every single one of you can't get on board. But that's only if every single one of you can get on board with that.
Damn you!
Man, fuck you. Why the fuck are you doing all this evil shit to us?
What the heck?
Evil? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful secret society type of guy.
Say what?
Or, in this case, a dark, awful secret society type of bear.
Well...
So why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal?
Hey,
It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's like putting a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible. I just don't... I don't think what you're saying... I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying are quite fit together.
Shit.
You piece of shit. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground. You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened? What happened? Happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't cut free from the outside world. Being trapped in this insane place? You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of the school, your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it wonderful how we all lived here forever? How we all get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say?
Hey.
I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden inside there. Just like before.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Let's get back to the Blackened's punishment. That's what everyone is waiting for, after all.
Hey,
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to?
I said everything, I've gotta say. I need to save some of the fun for later.
And just like that, he was gone. And left us there, overwhelmed by the nightmare turned reality. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. But it was in that moment...
just a second.
Makoto, can I talk to you for a second? She moved in close and whispered something into my
Makoto.
ear. Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen,
I told you before the class trial started. You had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool, becoming such an easy target like that.
it's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact that you can never change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why laying dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that for sure. Only Sayaka would know that for sure, and we can't ask her now. However, even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thoughts was how she could protect you. What?
So...
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave that dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her.
Certainly.
Certainly, that is one possibility, but I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway...
She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you, which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure.
Right.
It's almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me all of this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward.
Correct.
With someone like you, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths. I can never do that. No, I'm going to carry them with me for the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry them forever with me. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. So, instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed the small smile.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know what I was talking about? How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh, well, I'm psychic.
What?
Huh? Kidding. I just have pretty good intuition. But aren't there 16 people? Alright. Well, this was a fucking long ass episode. Holy shit, I just realized how long this was. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Bye.